Human Shield, what you do? Let the terms know. We say no.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, welcome to the Junior Podcast, sponsored by our friends at Haas, Mobile One, and K&N. I'm your host, NPC, with our friends Ronnie Vibes, the owner of Junior Racing, Casey, former junior racing driver but now retired, Juan, current junior racing driver, Noah, a star guest that I don't know. We just gave him a one-time pass again, and then we have Brace, also a current junior racing driver. And boy, we have not had one in a while. So, first thing to start off, Junior's now at more with 200 wins, I believe. Or is it still exactly 200? Yeah. I'm here. I was the one that got the 200 win at Berlin Raceway.
Yep.
I'll just give you a brief. Yep. Nova was my crew chief at the time. W Nova.
Yep.
Something I'm gonna just give a brief recap of the race. I just practically dominated it. Almost fumbled it within like the last few laps, and then I just pulled it away. Cause yeah. What else? Casey retired. Juan also. Juan also got Junior's first win in a triple-digit number.
Yeah, the number 111.
Yeah, the 111.
Which is a Chevy Monte Carlo, but should have been a Pontiac.
I agree. But the points battle is you could say for currently SRU is somewhat close, even though Logical has a 2-point gap over me, which I find a little bit bullshit, but let's pretend that it isn't. Let's pretend it's very close. Okay.
Yeah. At the moment, me and NPC, crew chief and driver sit second in points. Top leads points heading into the next race at Kansas this weekend. For D1, of course.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm a 2-time winner now in SRU. I won Bristol. Brace also is a 2-time winner. Actually, no, he's a 3-time winner.
Wait, 3 times? Oh wait, yeah, because of 2-time winner of the season though.
Fulham and Indianapolis.
And also Daytona season 6, I think. Was it season 6?
Yeah, it was season 6.
Yeah.
Saturn unfortunately broke off from junior racing, but for a good reason, to support his own team, which I believe he's now here.
Yes, he is arriving.
He's arriving as we speak. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he is a bit belated right now, but yeah, you can see.
Might have maybe a little bit more insight on that later, but let's talk about Top. Top has one win for the most of the regular season. I think he missed a good portion of the race. Comes back into the chase, immediately right off the bat, hits the ground running, wins so far during the chase. The season has been shortened D1 for the chase. Unfortunately, it should have been 8 or 10 races, but unfortunately, it's been shortened to 5. But within this short time span, Top has won 2 races and has now held the points lead over, I'm sure, the only points leader of the entire season, Arniotto, which I'm pretty sure is a junior allied driver, but not exactly a junior driver.
Yeah, Arniotto previously drove for junior racing. He won the D2 championship last season. Hoping I could get to the 2-time streak, but probably not because this Logical guy, oh my god, 5-time winner.
He has just been fast all like season now. Well, like not really all season, but like late in the season, he just locked in and like completely went for the go.
So
like, he won twice in a row, and I got my 2 wins.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna start a tradition here. We're gonna do driver of the week, or more of the month, depending on how much we do these things.
Driver of the podcast.
Yeah.
Driver of the podcast, whoever's here.
No, just driver of the month. This could range from like SRE to other leagues.
Okay.
Wait, Ron has something to say before we do driver of the week.
Or month.
Yeah, let's do driver of the week, driver of the month. That way we have two. Kind of like employee of the week or employee of the month.
No, we're doing driver of the week. Or driver of the month, depending on how much we do these podcasts.
Yeah, I feel like week is too short. I feel like a month should be it.
Yeah, I think month. Yeah. Driver of the month. Who will that be going to?
Yeah, Logical was like one of the few drivers before joining Bayou. That looks like he could take the fight straight to Tim. Tim was obviously one of the few drivers in D1. I think the last time we talked about it was, I know if we brought him up in the podcast so beforehand, but we definitely, Tim was definitely the leader of the D2 standings. He got moved up to D1 due to him dominating, and that has just left a clean slate for both CH-Man, mainly Logical, come in and dominate D2. And he is doing very well. But Logical has bounced between 3 teams, I believe. He started at Izu's team, and I think he landed at Jackson's team, and then someone bought out Jackson's team. Now he's at Bayou. So
Yeah, and the team owner of Jackson's team now is
Cardi,
Hector
but
Cardi. Yeah, he's not really that
active.
active though. Like, I think he hasn't really done much.
But yeah, we'll start a tradition here of being what is it? Drive of the week. Drive of the month, race of the week, depending what time of duties, and then we'll just have a wild card where we just talk about a driver for a good while.
should we, which one do we want to start off? Do we want to do race of the week or driver of the month and then name our candidates?
Driver of the month.
All right. Who do you think our first candidate for driver of the month should be?
Definitely Logical.
Good question.
Yeah. So Logical obviously has won races up to this point, 4 or 5 races. I think he's won 5 races, 3 of which have been in the. So definitely a top candidate. Top, I do also believe should be driver of the month. He's won, like I said, he's won 2 races in the chase and has had a remarkable comeback. Ron is saying me. I believe earlier in the month I've won 3 IROC races in a row. Won ERA kind of LMP kind of prototype race, as well as winning the Brickyard. So there's that too. And I've won 2 in a row at Saturn's League. So, and then who else? Should we have 1 more or 2 more candidates?
2 more. You guys could go crazy.
Yeah.
And then
2 more.
Just to make it even better, I'll add a third one, but this one could just be like a wild pick, like think of the most like random driver in your mind.
Oh, I already have one.
Yeah. I will say I'm going to say Juan. Juan's definitely won a good portion of the races. Still as aggressive as ever, must say, but he has won a good portion of his races during this time. He's won in his home track in Mexico City and at Watkins Glen. That was in ARL. That was an absolute mess of a race, but he still won it. And I'm pretty sure he won maybe another race or so, but hard to recall. I think the final candidate for this probably should be Ron saying Brace. I'm thinking either Brace or Saturn. Saturn hasn't won anything, but he's also been pretty consistent. Okay, Saturn saying Brace. All right, so Brace. So Brace has won 2 races till this point. Rockingham and I believe it was Indy, right?
Yeah, India.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So fantastic way to start with the chase. I don't know if he's leading the Bayou. No, he's not leading the Bayou cars, but he's definitely second of the Bayou car.
Yeah, I'm definitely up there. I'm in third in points right now. I don't think I can catch up to Logical, considering that he has like 5 wins now, which
I
is
haven't said my picks, so
honestly insane.
yeah, my wild picks also Brace. I have Logical. I'm gonna go with Top for my second pick, and then with my third remaining pick, I'll go with who do you have here? I'll go with Tim.
Okay, my picks. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of good picks here. Of course, got Logical, Juan, Top. You know, Saturn's been quite good recently, so I probably would pick him. And wait, hold on. How many picks do I have left? Because I got 4.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
No,
I said
like,
3 picks in the rock card pick.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. So Logical, Saturn, and Top. Yeah, and Juan. I think. Oh.
Also, if you haven't been kept up, Izu left Bayou on his own terms. I think after a major, I wouldn't say it was a fit, but yeah.
Yeah, we definitely got to catch up with some controversies that have happened over the span. But Izu left Bayou Motorsports only to join Brace's program to continue running the rest of the season and is trying to enter D1 races. Make of that what you will. But we've definitely had our run-ins with Izu. I like to think that some of us here are on more peaceful terms, but some things do take time. But with that out of the way and our picks on the table, who do you think out of all that has happened this month so far, at least, who do we want to elect driver of the month based off of their performance, wins, consistency, stuff like that?
Yeah, it's logical. It's gotta be logical for me. He's a driver for me in D1. He's been pretty damn good. Probably he almost contended for the league. Practically contended for the league in Chicagoland. Probably
I'm holding on for dear life in the championship contention.
ETG practically up to logical. If you want to, he might as well just not show up for these remaining 3 races because the dude's literally be like the equivalent of like a race and a half points gap over me.
Yep.
Yeah, if we're keeping it to SRU, I'd say Tim or Logical. I think we should expand to SRU because Junior has expanded outside of SRU before and after, so I think it should be based off of every. But I mean, this isn't my podcast. This is your guys' podcast. I'm merely a guest. So what do you guys think?
I would personally do IROC. I wouldn't say Era. Don't get me wrong. Era has pretty good cars. It's just the official game is pretty damn terrible. We have one of the officials right here to kind of tell us the daily experience, but I don't think it's worth going into that bashing a league. But
Yeah, if you're not picking up, I am one of the officials in FS or not FSCR, but ERA. I'm one of the officials there. I've been trying to kind of steer Bede and some of the other officials there, mainly Goose and Bede, into the right direction of what calls they should be. Not going to go into it much. Don't want to spread hatred or I don't want to start. You know, just if you want a little bit more insight, it's really hard to try and steer them in the right direction. That's to say the least.
Also, what do we move on? Coming up to next race, depending on what SRU or IRA. Race of the week.
Yeah, race of the week. Oh,
month. We have I think
race of the month. Oh, well,
let's do week. There's a lot of races. Let's just do stick to. I think so. Candidates of race of the week that we've done so far, I believe it was Chicagoland. Originally, it was supposed to be Dega, but unfortunately, Dega got taken down. So IROC Chicagoland had some pretty good strategy.
A recent race at Irwindale Speedway in FSCR. That was really good.
There was a stadium truck race as well. Stadium truck race. I don't know if we want to do that, but there was a stadium truck race we could include. There's obviously land in D1 and D2. Vastly different races. And then there was the ERA race at Mexico, which was a little bit of a disaster towards the end.
And then if you want, you guys, we could also include MX5 Daytona, but I don't think anyone here besides me did the MX5 Daytona.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that was.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is the one from ERA. Right?
Yeah, this is.
So I actually got a little bit of insight. I don't know who posted the clip, but someone posted a clip of, I believe it was Oma and a couple other people trying to fix the race towards the end by deliberately causing a caution.
Well,
so I don't know who, but someone did.
Oh yeah. Also, Era St. Petersburg. We'll just say that again. I'm surprised Coma and a few others didn't get penalized from this, but I think they apparently tried to cause a caution because they kept falling off pace. I mean, I thought we were doing race of the month. No, guess not then.
Oh, race of
the week. The candidates laid out for race of the week, I think it should go to Irwindale by far. The rest of the races have been strategy filled or chaotic. Irwindale is a good blend of it wasn't chaotic, but it was good strategy and the racing was good. A little bit of contact in there between a couple of us, but that's short track racing.
Yeah.
And
great finish too.
We could dive into some of the controversy that happened during that race. It's a small controversy, but it still happened. But it's up to you guys.
I don't really care, but don't cause stupid shit in there.
Yeah, Irwindale was very fun. Unfortunately, I never really got to be up front that race that much because I don't know, I just wasn't really that fast that race. It was my home track.
I'd go momentum there and
yeah,
Irwindale, but fortunately I joined too late, so couldn't really figure out the strategy and stuff. And Casey goes on to do Casey things.
Damn, we'll miss Casey.
But yeah, Irwindale, I think definitely is going to be up there.
But we're gonna. Not sure if you guys want to move on to something else, but I'm gonna introduce highlight of the day.
Ooh, highlight.
Oh boy,
Just
highlights.
The highlights of the race. I'd say back to up at least I don't know, 3 weeks max. 3 weeks max.
3 weeks. Could go there, yeah.
So highlight of the month. Me,
basically.
The Chicagoland SRD2. Everyone missing pit. Oh my god, Ron there.
Yeah. Literally, I think Logical missed pit road once and still because of his monstrous lead, just still going. He missed pit road once, but because he had a monstrous lead and towards the end of the race, he could literally recover from that and it didn't matter. But he missed, but everyone to hinge chassis, because I believe it's hinge chassis in the way how they interact with the track to the apron. They kind of bounce off the apron and don't hit unless you dive it all the way down, like go up the track and then dive back down. Or if you just really slow down to a slow pace. But tracks like Dover and Bristol had that problem where cars bounce off the apron and you can't get down up pit road. Because I know we had that same issue been at both Bristol for the night race and D2, as well as I think the D1 and D2 race at Dover.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I guess I don't know, like the hinge cars just don't like high paint tracks. That's what I could say. Because we could, if you guys want to also reference Chicago Red Ball from D1, that was kind of a bit of a hassle for me to pit personally, but
Red Bull was pain, dude.
There's also Iowa. I kind of regret racing a start there in Iowa.
Yeah, Chicagoland was very not really in my not really how I wanted it to go. I was in that race. I kept tapping the wall and shit.
Oh yeah, S3D2 Indy.
Wait,
I personally didn't. It was alright for me, but I could definitely say when I was at the front, oh, what was it fun? I would say,
oh man,
I kind of wish I was up there for the finish, but oh well, the race is already over. I had to probably worry about like what's next. Kansas, get it?
Kansas,
yeah, yeah, Kansas.
I don't know if you want to bring up how RU D1 ran at Indy, but definitely interesting race. I will say the race was one big collective of everyone forgetting how to race. I think everyone at some point kind of forgot how to race. Arniotto kept blocking stupidly. I'm pretty sure we kept driving into the turns too hard. And I believe towards the end of the race, a caution came out. I had to use my last set of tires just to keep going towards the end of the race. And then another caution came out on that first restart, and then another, and then another, and then we maxed. I think that's the first time it's happened in SRU since Watkins Glen, season 6 or season 5?
I believe so.
So, yeah. Yeah, Ron had no tire sets whatsoever on the last caution, so we had to make do. I pulled a Tyler Reddick and somehow shot first when everyone was crashing in turn 2. That no one got it, but or like no one recorded, but I don't know what it is with me and Indy. It's like me with Indy is like top with Darlington and Chicagoland. It figures it out. It doesn't matter what kind of adversity it is. It's just somehow we figure it out.
Oh yeah, Darlington. Saturn almost had it, but coming like with 3 to go, Top just was somehow catching him, and he got him. Probably very heartbreaking for Saturn Tuner himself.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to talk to Top about how he. I don't know what kind of riz he has for the lady in black at Darlington, but we need to talk about it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Darlington was
definitely one of a kind of race for me in D1. Probably could have won it if it wasn't for that fat dude in the 42, but again, got like P6.
Yeah. Casual. That's another thing that's happened during most of the chase. HSI terrorism. Hiro Sonozaki Incorporated has gone on a terrorist spree. Mainly the 24 and the 42. The 42 I haven't had too many run-ins with. The 24 I have too many to tell. But NPC, some other people here and there have definitely had more run-ins with the 24 and the 42, to say the least. So HSI terrorism is very real.
Fortunately, we don't have the HSI 5 because, oh dear. He was one of them.
Oh man.
but coming to the race, I believe there's like 3 left in SRU. So like what? There's like 3 for D2 and 2 for D1. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Logicals might as well just cash in his prize and just like not make a start for these remaining season because like I don't even think I can get up to him.
Yeah, and if NPC can't even, I don't even think I can because I'm like right behind him in points.
Well, let's see here. We have 3 races left. Next race is Kansas. Kansas is predominantly a racetrack where you run the high. You want to try and get to as close to the wall as possible. You have the fast. But the next race after Kansas is the wild card because you could have a dominant car, you can have a dominant performance, but it can all go to hell very quickly, and that is Martinsville. Martinsville is the wild card track. I imagine Logical could put on a clinic there, but even then, clinic doesn't guarantee a win, and it can go hell in a handbag very quickly. I've had experience with Martinsville, and it's chicanery there. I've had a history with some drivers at Martinsville, so even though some of that history is very one-sided.
For me, in Martinsville, throwback to last season at Martinsville, where in D2 specifically, because I never really saw D1. This is about SRE, by the way. D2 Martinsville back then, in season 6, I believe, was very hectic. It was very, very hectic. That was a very
also to mention the highlight. Me and Brace were how do I say? We had a golly strategy coming to Martinsville, but I don't know. We're on like the second stage. We kind of just like that. As soon as like Tim pulled out that caution, we were probably fucked from the get go.
Yeah, we
caught up. Me and Race got swallowed in the pack, unfortunately, and then for somehow freaking not sure who. Oh yeah, Will.
Who was Will?
The dude who apparently somehow won both races in Martinsville. He swept
Will. Yeah, Will was the driver, I believe, of the 2 Miller Lite car, Brad Keselowski's scheme from 2013. I believe he drove that. Didn't he also win Watkins Glen as well as that same season?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, 2 Miller Lights. Jackson was one of them, and then Will's the other.
Oh, Saturn won Watkins Glen. Okay, yeah, my memory's kind of then.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah, gotta mention how freaking a lot of controversy between Bayou Motorsports, Saturn Motorsports, now currently called Bayou Motorsports, and HSI again, with Northern, Mia Nova kind of just getting into under a blanket and just going apeshit at each other.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I get into the history between me and Northern with that? If we covered up,
might as well.
I think it was last season in SRU where me and Northern kind of clashed together. So last season I was in D2. I was not running full time. There was a loophole where if you could theoretically make all the races subbing for people. So I took advantage of that loophole, and because D1 ran before D2, it's essentially extra practice. So I was running D1 races and then running D2 races. So I was basically being Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
And just schwacking it. So I believe the controversy begins at Chicago. It was on a restart between me, Jackson, and Northern. Jackson was on the bottom. I was in the middle. Northern was on the outside. Jackson hits the apron, slides up into me. I get into Northern. Northern gets into me. I don't think anything of it. I go on. It's whatever. Then a couple laps later, Northern, as I'm trying to pit, Northern gets into me. I miss pit road. I was obviously very upset. Northern said it was an act of retribution for what happened early in the race, assuming it was blaming me for that incident, which obviously wasn't my fault. It was a racing incident. I got moved up by Jackson hitting the apron. So it wasn't, stuff happened, right? but it's whatever. It was one race. This was during the chase. Northern was racing for a championship. Jackson, I don't think, was racing for a championship. I think it was at part-time still, but it was during the chase. It was very early during the chase. So Northern still had a reasonable shot. Next race, Watkins Glen, was when Northern really ramped up. Same issue again happened. This time it was Saturn on the inside, still in the middle. Northern was on the outside. Hit the grass, got into me. I got into Northern. Northern blamed me. A little bit of retribution, but nothing big happened. Big one came at Martinsville. Northern was getting into me constantly, moving me up the track, moving down my tires, doing everything just to mess with me. I got to a point of having enough of it, drove it in, moved it out of the way. He came back, hit me, and hit pit road, and pretty much wrecked himself. And this was the point that NPC got involved.
And
NPC,
I'm gonna say it.
Take it away.
Northern got into me like a while ago while trying to wreck you. I was like, all right, I had enough of your shit. And then I tried to do the Matt Candiv on him, but I almost ended up causing the big one. So I just like straight looked like a scene out due to Hazard. And then like from there on, it was just me and Nova just kind of like playing ping pong with Northern.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I was at a point where 2 races after, right? This has been 2 races for me of just trying to be the bigger person, ignoring Northern, not getting involved with it. This has been the 3rd time that he has raced me aggressively for genuinely no reason. And I just had enough at this point. And yeah, we would get into it again once more, Homestead, but nothing came of it. But personally say that was a very one-sided, definitely one-sided between the 2 of us. I was more passive. He was more aggressive. But I think once NPC got involved, I think it was very clear to Northern that people are kind of siding more with me than they are with him. So he kind of just crapped with it. Now that we're off of that, we get onto this new topic, run-ins with people. Here has had the greatest of all of us here. Because I know me and NPC are pretty locked and loaded on having beefs with people, but I want to hear from the rest of you. From Saturn, Juan, Ron, Brace, who else here has had
One. Firefield.
Oh,
Saturn, I can concur on you with that statement. I can concur with Saturn on that statement.
Saturn and Ancient? Yeah, Saturn, you want to go on a tangent with you and Ancient? You want to just go ahead? I mean, I went on ahead with my beef with Northern. I think it's only fair.
yeah.
But Ancient.
Or not with Ancient, sorry.
Pookie is the only innocent HSI driver.
Oh yeah. Not really. It was just kind of like, if you're talking about ARL Rise, it was just everyone versus Coma. I mean, everyone versus S rank. But for some reason, 90% of people versus S rank were just glazing everyone in S rank, which wasn't valid at all. That's all I'll say. Oh yeah, TCT and top in ARL. Think they had it coming into like what, Atlanta? Oh, Auto Club.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Hero has just arrived in the call. He's on his phone right now. He's about to arrive to the junior shop. It's hopefully sooner or later. Yeah, Saturn. Yeah.
Great.
So
Yeah.
Hero is if Hero. So what Saturn's saying is Ancient and Arnioto are not his driver.
Yeah. No.
Arnioto's clean.
Arnioto's clean. He's felt pretty clean. I think outside of that one racetrack with Indy was just when everyone decided to drink the stupid juice. So outside of Indy
was better than D1. I think that says a lot.
No, but he could have ridden Arnioto feels clean a lot. You could have worded that a lot better, but
I said
we're past
Arnioto
that.
is clean. You are hearing what you want to hear, bro.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
dude.
Hero, can you pull up?
Don't
Oh, yeah.
put words in my mouth, bro. Not here.
No, the plane is gonna crash and I'm gonna die and someone has to take over the league. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
Oh
get
yeah, dude, let it be me, bro. Trust.
No.
Dude, we're just gonna have to switch to NR. I think
That'd be
that's
cool.
the real.
That would peak. Hero. It's kind of fun because of his weight.
good with the hench. Just
And then oh yeah, Easy Juarez. What was
think-
that? Iowa?
I think this is more of Izu and NPC versus Rara because okay, well, there's two incidents, and you can probably hear it from the NPC, but Izu and Rara kind of started as it's kind of chilled out a bit towards the middle of the season. Once the chase started back up, it just heated right back up.
Yup. Rockingham, I think, was the start of it. Of it going back up again.
Yeah, it started. I believe it started at Rockingham, and it just reignited that long-standing beef. And somehow it got NPC involved. So we can probably hear it from NPC himself.
I'm gonna start off by saying it was just kind of Izu and Warriors just kind of going at each other. It was just them. I was just too busy trying to go with them. Everyone at the start of Rockingham, it was just mostly kind of like everyone was just kind of throwing themselves at what they got for the lead. But then kind of around the middle, what's pitch rats around, I was just doing my business. Easy and Mars were doing their shenanigans. But then somehow I was just trying to pass them. Easy let me by. And then, like, not even the next corner later, Mars just full on drives into me, just sending me into like the third corner. I was like, all right, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That wastes a good percentage of my tires. That just fucks up my strategy in general.
You had it coming, dude.
And then Bristol, race goes fine there, and then Warriors just for some reason decides to become Al-Qaeda himself, and just for some reason start going back into Izu and me. And that was the one for Izu, making him retire from D2 permanently. Well, not permanently, but just gain him.
Temporarily.
So now we're going to hear it from Ron. Hear it from the beginning. So go ahead, Ron.
Ron is biased. Don't get his opinion.
Hero, you must have made a noise. I don't want to hear it.
All right, I'm gonna go real quick. I will be back. I will.
He
Yeah.
will not be back.
Yes, I know. I was pretty damn crazy at the beginning because I think I saw a big record. I think early, but then a couple laps later, Ease and Warriors getting together. Saturn top are trying to Saturn and top are trying to calm Izu Mars down. Oh yeah, they almost caused the big one in turn 3. My bad, Ron.
Juan sucks. I think we can all agree on that.
They also collected.
Oh, shut up.
Juan sucks.
Um,
So reason number 1, he's Mexican.
hey,
Number 2,
chill out. Hey,
So-
You're Colombian. That's the worst.
Mexicans are way worse.
hey, break it up, you two.
Hmm.
All right.
All right,
Oh yeah, not to mention, I had a front row seat to that, but doing Ease and Juarez getting together. Oh yeah, speaking of Ease and Juarez, in pacing in Watkins Glen, for some reason they decided it was a good time to get back at it again.
He's Mexican.
But clearly, we haven't seen enough of them. Clearly seen enough of their honeymoon.
But not less important, is Mexican. So that's why one sucks. That's why he's probably gonna win the season 7 championship.
Okay, Hero, can you join?
No.
Join the game.
Please, bro. No, like Saturn's in the game and he needs to talk to you.
Yeah, he needs.
Well,
He
Like,
needs to
he
tell you
really
something very
needs.
important.
He desperately needs to talk to you.
Just
Oh, yeah.
turn on your mic. He has a microphone. I'm not getting on my PC. I can't. What?
I believe we were pacing during. We were like, I don't think they were off the track, but from what I could recall to Glenn, when we were pacing and we were going up like to S's, I think they kept getting into each other, and they kept getting like the top 3 pacers involved. They even got Logical involved at some point.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Easy Morris's honeymoon.
Oh,
Honeymoon.
Honey, I guess, bro.
go ahead, continue.
I guess, bro.
Easy
They're like pacing and then like.
Buckingham. They got out together. I think Barca. He wasn't happy, but hold on. Good lord.
We should
Oh, yeah.
work on those next
So we gotta
month.
mention how many people. Do we gotta mention how much people freaking Izu has like started stuff with people?
Pretty much
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
at this point.
Even
That's maybe
Brace.
Brace.
Actually, no. I think he's gone to Brace a few. He's had a few runs with Brace once in a while, but I think that was it.
I don't remember anything with me and him. I do remember Imp.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Imp and Izu.
Daytona 2 and back in the right before the chase began. Imp kind of won that race, and Izu was not very happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very chaotic race too.
How do
Had
I?
a couple new drivers there. My team decided to show up kind of
Oh, yeah.
late.
How do I mention?
It was Daytona, dude. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Imp-
Damn.
Imp barely beated Logical, and then Izu was just practically having a freaking fit.
Hissy fit, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
He was
this
like-
beef with Imp and
He was-
Izu
what was I
goes
gonna
all
mention?
the way back to when when I hosted a league, and I'm trying to currently revive that, but it's not
We're
really
talking about
important.
We're talking
yeah.
about Brace's own separate league, his own little
Yeah,
spin-off.
this was my little funny spin-off league that I kind of decided, host for a bit, just for fun. It kind of didn't go that well. So basically, in this league, Izu and Imp, they were both driving, and it wasn't really meant to be serious. But when Imp was still driving, and this was like in the earlier half of the season, like the early, not even like the half, like it was like a quarter of the season until he dipped and then decided to ruin my league. Basically, what happened was, Imp, he wasn't really racing him that well, so Izu wasn't racing him well back. And then this got into some whole like little fatigue between the two. And I think back up to like Colorado, if I remember correctly, they were like trying to dive bomb each other and shit. And it's some of the wildest stuff, honestly.
Imp, I think I could, for some reason, I could vividly recall Imp begging his dad to get off the internet just so he could even have a chance at Colorado Speedway, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then for some reason, Imp just cut across the track trying to get into Izu, but then Imp rage quitted. Izu was laughing his ass off, even though he was probably just as pissed as Imp was.
I mean, when you're trying to like do stuff like that in like a little league for fun, it's like not really. It kind of ruins the point. And like that's kind of why I wanted to like host a fun league, like just like have a little thing between my friends and whatnot, between my like little friend groups and shit, and without any drama. But that just kind of fueled the flame there, honestly. And then, Lime Rock happened midway on and then kind of just fell off. Yeah.
So I think to kind of wrap this bow, kind of wrap and tie this bow up.
Wait, no, Ron wants to go. Bad. Oh yeah, Izu and Coma.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Again, guess who caused it? Izu.
Wow.
You'll notice the trend. Izu causes a lot of these. He tries to act innocent, like he never does anything wrong. But here's the thing:
Oh
he
yeah,
causes
Avis.
100% of these. So
If I'm gonna recall what happened at Avis. It was just not even meant to be taken seriously in general. I think B even said it was not going to be worth any points at all. For some reason, Izu thought it would be funny to send Coma, and Coma went flying out the front stretch. Izu, for some reason, was laughing his ass off in VC, even though we told him, "No, dude, are you retarded? Don't do that shit." And I think Izu got suspended for the rest of the season. Not only doing that, but he also got himself suspended in his brothers in the league's brothers league, which was ARL, which was for some reason taking out Jinty to cause a caution. And then that almost caused a controversy because Charlie wasn't really having it. And then, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of shows how, how furious Izu can get, and you can just spark all this up.
Not serious, but kind of childish, immature in general.
Yeah, just the immaturity from him. People have had enough of it.
Oh yeah. Also, we gotta mention how Izu was doing everything in his power just to make sure Imp would get disqualified. He would even blame
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Imp was 2 tires slightly below the line, but I think that was legal at the time, or at least still is legal with going 2 tires under the line or over the line. And Iz was trying to say yeah, he got forced, which if you get forced, that just cancels out immediately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize Coma faced T2, but
Wasn't that fucking North Wilkesboro?
No, he did Daytona T2, but I think he got moved up because Juan wanted someone to do Carl Edwards.
Oh.
But what are you doing, dude?
Dude,
What? Are you not looking at the emote?
are you not looking at him?
brother, we are not whipping out the.
Oh wait, no, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. No, you're seeing this, right? This is sick.
Okay.
That is a sick trick.
I guess to put a little bow on the whole zoo controversy, if you're done talking about it now, which if you aren't, please finish. Okay, but I put a bow on the whole controversies. All of us at some point had a beef with Izu, or some of us more or not, and it's kind of led to a point where we're almost all collectively had enough. I think Saturn has never had a standing beef. He's had personal beefs with Izu, but more times than not, he's just been kind of over all the annoying drama that's spawned from Izu being child, we'll say. So he's kind of just, and it got to a point where pretty much all of us, we've eventually just want to talk about it anymore. We don't want to talk to him anymore. It's kind of just gotten to this. And this isn't something that surprises me as much. I've tried, obviously. I've had problems with Izu before. Me and Sam had problems before. We believed that he was reformed, but then this happened all over again. And it's safe to say we're done with him. But his brother was a lot like this. Obviously Saturn runs FSCR, but his brother was the owner that league. And his brother was much the same as Izu was. I haven't talked to Star. As far as I remember, he doesn't like me very much, which I don't care. But there was also that one little beef with Star's during FSCR season 1, Bristol. So there was that one incident that will one name. But kind of wrap this up. A lot of us are pretty sick with Izu, and it's kind of gotten to a point where none of us respect, besides maybe Brace.
Or I don't say respect him, but like just like yeah, we're also gonna show him we respect him, like, you know, areas like where like he's still in servers, but besides that, we just don't. No, they weren't together. There was kind of more of like a shits and giggles thing for me. That's what I thought of it as.
I have a little. I know I might sound stupid right now. I have like a little respect for him, like just like a little, like not really that much, but like he's done a lot of stupid things, but like, I'm looking just typing shit. Yeah.
It's for me, it's just one, he takes things too seriously, and then he doesn't take things seriously at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I remember Ron wanted to start a little football league, and he said that was not fun because Izu was taking it way too fucking seriously, even though it was a fun thing. It was just for fun. None of us were going to be taking it serious. But apparently, Izu for a mile and really wanted to win. But then you get to incidents like Daytona and D1 or DD1 where he drives like no one else is around him, and kind of just screws a lot of people over for no apparent reason other than he's kind of stupid.
And also, he's a big hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because whenever I kind of just started pressing things back against him, he was acting like as if I was the one that was glazing him, even though. Oh yeah. So I also got to mention that me and him had beef for practically the entire year. Even though, like, yeah, I mean, I know I started a good chunk of stuff, but like, oh my god, this dude. Like, he did not know, like the only reason we somewhat stopped was because I had to fucking suck up to him and make his little ego happy.
Yeah.
But enough about Izu.
Yeah, the endurance series. So Ron wants to talk about controversies from the ERA.
Oh yeah. For some reason, Beads is just not like the idea of not ending under yellow. The officiating's god awful. Something I'm gonna bring up though that I find weird. Even though Charlie sets up the cars, he still complains about Beads officiating. But I find it a bit ironic that even that Charlie has done some stupid stuff as much as his brother did. I'll just say that, like, not trying to bash Charlie or Beat or anything, but it's a bit ironic that one of them tries to officiate, even though they have the same equivalents, or just do just as bad as each other. But that's what.
So I've mentioned this earlier, where I was official. Christ, English is very hard. If you couldn't tell,
Yeah.
I was official and ERA. Still currently am, but it started at St. Petersburg. I couldn't race that race. I couldn't run it because the lag was so bad. So I figured, because I had a friend tell me, because obviously I do talk to some of this stuff. It's not serious, but it's something to get off my chest. And it is worth talking about it from time to time with friends since they seem genuinely interested. But he talks to me, he says to me, well, if you have such a problem with it, why don't you do something? So I decided that I would ask Speed to see if he needs help with the officiating. So I helped him through most of the ERA St. Petersburg race with the officiating. 90% of that race and all of their cautions were called by me. 90% of them. So every time you see a yellow flag, most likely it was caused. I called it out. I had to press the button because they were nowhere to do it. And towards the end of the race was the one time that I think Izu really should have won. Izu should have won because a caution came out late in the race, which involved. Here's another little fun fact. Coma also kind of deliberately did Clint Boyer itchy arm syndrome and decided to crash on into Juan to cause the caution. I didn't know it at the time, but apparently afterwards, about 2 weeks after the race happened, I found out. So that was nice to know.
I feel there should be a penalty, but again, I feel it's like a bit too late and unnecessary.
But this happened 5 minutes left in the race. So under the rules, should be ending the race. I even told Bede this. Should end the race right now. Apparently because Coma and a bunch of other drivers were bitching about how, the race should continue, and Goose and Bede outnumbered me 2-1, basically, I had no say. Even though I was one of the officials telling him, this is the rule, this is how it should end. In hindsight, I could have probably tried to end the race there and then, but again, it's 2-1. I get outvoted and overruled. So,
yeah, it kind of figures they're just kind of LARPing. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say it. I feel like it's not even endurance. It's just like as much as how much a typical world race takes, literally 45 minutes, and somehow SRD2 is longer than Era. That's saying something.
There was also another controversy at Daytona. And wouldn't you believe it involved.
And guess what? He, for some reason, decided to say, and not, Coma deservedly won that race, but should have ended on yellow when Coma was still leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, B literally was like, please, I must win this race.
Like, I get the point of wanting the race to end on the green, but the rule is the rule. If the yellow flag comes out at the point, the 5 minute mark, race is over, done, it's over. Bede, for some reason, time and time again, even though he's the one that continues to ignore it. Mexico even said, you should probably just end the race, even though it's 8 minutes left. Track is longer. It's going to take a little longer to pace around, so the race should be over. And again, I couldn't do anything because Goose and Bede were there, and again, I would be outnumbered 2-1. Just, I've never done a lot of officiating in my life. I've tried to do it from time to time, and I know now how hard it is, especially when you're dealing with stupid people.
But I'm not sure there's really anything to talk about left unless you guys have something else in mind. Besides bitching about Beats officiating, which
How about we talk about a little bit of Irwindale? Me and Juan a little bit of tussling.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
This up since it's now been a little over an hour now since I think we started this.
Mhm.
So I think it's now time to try and wrap this up. But during the Irwindale race, a very clean race for a short track.
Or just like really Irwindale in general, because like That is a local short track. That is a half mile.
Yeah,
We're talking
it's
here.
very-
What do you expect from short track? Of course, there's going to be dart banging. Of course, it's going to be like
Yeah.
very, very like me and Juan apparently had an issue. Juan put me in the wall twice, so I retaliated by putting him in the wall twice. I didn't retaliate. I kind of went, okay, fair is fair. I'm going to drive it like this. I'm going to drive it the exact same way. And apparently, towards the middle of the race, he got upset about it. I don't know if he tried to hook me. Saturn said something about him trying to hook me. I'm pretty sure he tried. I don't really know. I think it was just more door banging down the front stretch. He tried to cut down my tire a couple of times. It's whatever. Still won the race. But I want to say this right now. Going into the future, Juan, you did say in the past that you will race people the way you race them without any apology. So don't be surprised if they race you the exact same way back. Not serious, but I mean,
I'm just going to say though, if you can't take what you give, then just don't even give. Just don't even bother just doing it. Like if you can't
Yeah.
even handle race aggressively, just don't race aggressively.
kind of this whole shift in row racing where it's like, I'm going to use Juan as an example here. Most out of my entire career that I've had aggressive people was maybe Juan. Most aggressive I've ever seen a driver. Now it feels like everyone races like Juan 5 times worse. Just like there is simply no respect to give. It's like racing in the playoff system, except we're not using a playoff system. So like most of my, I guess, road racing career, quotation, has just been pretty clean racing. But now I'm kind of entering a point where people are racing dirtier, and now I kind of need to adjust to race that same way. That's kind of probably why I've been making more stupid decisions than I've ever had in the past. Probably why I've raced so aggressively. Because I have been racing them way more aggressively than I normally would have done 2 or 3 years ago. I don't think I've ever raced that such a way 2 or 3 years ago. But because of how people race nowadays in row racing, it's kind of just shifted.
But yeah, that's what you gotta be. You just gotta be more aggressive, more retarded, I guess. That's what I feel I have to do since apparently no one likes to race. No one likes to give respect, but
Like I don't drive like a complete asshole. I still drive to give. I'd still try and give. Like I try to race as clean as I can be, but everyone's going to drive like an idiot. Then like, what's the point?
but I have really nothing else to talk about. Or again, just some takeaways are some people are really annoying. Some people just don't know how to differentiate, and then someone can have memorable moments regardless. So
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
oh yeah,
Yep.
Junior
Junior racing. Yep. Junior racing has 200 win. 200 win car is in the junior garage as it is. I don't know for how long, considering Roblox is a bit of a special one today, or
and
the one this year. So
yeah,
we don't know how long it's going to be here for.
or delivery wise, the car itself will be there, but
Yeah, the scheme won't be.
yeah. Not to mention, since the last time we did this podcast, my main got banned. Probably
Yeah.
most likely not to get it back. I have like 8 terminations stacked on it. Don't ask how Roblox AI decided to ban, even though, again, I was still terminated. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
So
it
I
with
guess-
Roblox.
Go on.
And that's really it. I'm gonna let you know, though. I was able to get one termination appealed, but that was really it.
No, we're not bringing back the hawk to us. Stop.
But,
Yeah, Ron
I
has
just-
one more thing to say.
I'll just say, though, I'm gonna just do all I can. I'm just doing whatever left I can to get my main back. But and after that, I'm just give up on Roblox in general. Because,
Yeah. So if the podcast hasn't already ended yet, because I don't know when Ron, we can all take away from this. It's done now. Okay.
let's finish it. Finish it.
Well, take
Say
away
it.
Ron is fat. We're all done here.